back to the channel. It's your boy Shots by Pat, aka Shots by Pat Film. Hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome back to the channel. This is a brand new video. So I'm actually going to try to do something a little different now. I've always done the what's in my camera bags and everyday carries and things of that nature. But I decided let me switch it up a little bit as I'm starting to gain a little bit more traction on the page. We're on the road to 100 and we're almost getting there. I won't tell you the number I'm at now, but we're almost getting there. I'm sure you could click the profile and you can see for yourself. Anyway, if you're new here, this channel is all about tech, photography, and a little bit of lifestyle. I got a few lifestyle videos coming up real soon. But this video is a little different. If you're like me, you are a gearhead, meaning you love to buy the latest tech, the latest gear because you're a photographer. You might see somebody talking about it. You may see an influencer talking about it. You may see ads on B&H or Adorama or wherever your local camera store is. You may see something on a local photo shoot and you ask the photographer, hey, what is that you have right there? And you just go crazy. So again, if you're like me, you just want to buy everything that you see, whether you can afford it or not. But when it comes to that though, there are going to be some times where you buy some things that you instantly regret. Now, it's not that the item is bad, you don't know how to use it. It's more so you're not using it as much as you thought you would. Now, I have 5 items that I'm going to talk about that maybe 1 or 2 of them, it just did not pan out the way that I thought the images would look. But for the most part, these are just items I just did not use. And for whatever reason, they just stayed where they were. So if you're into that, let's jump right into it. Cue the intro. So first on the list is the Inky Falcon action camera gimbal. Now, I was going through a little mode in which I said to myself, I'm going to be doing a lot of mobile videography, mobile photography. Now, I do have the DJI Osmo, not even the Osmo, the DJI Mobile 7 or whichever it is. I had the SE, but that broke recently. But I use this a lot because I do a lot of footage and get a lot of footage from my iPhone. But this right here was dedicated, it's malfunctioning. Let me turn it off real quick. I was going to use this for my action camera because I thought maybe, because I had the DJI 4 and also had the DJI number 1 and also the Hero. And I said to myself, okay, this is gonna come in handy. Like, I'm gonna start using this. And I never really did. I took it with me to one shoot and it worked for what it worked for, but it was such a low light environment that I really couldn't use the images that I wanted to use. And again, this was I bought this for the DJI Osmo Action 1, and like I said, it literally just stays in my drawer and I do not pull it out. For my action camera footage, I use this. As you've probably seen before, this is the newer grip, and what I could do is I could just put the action camera in here and I could walk around with this and use this as a dedicated camera, and I could snap photos with it, start videos with it, and I can connect it to anything I really want to connect it to. But this is a better replacement for this. So if I had to say one item I hate and one item I like, this would be the one item that I don't even use, but this is the one that I do use a lot. Next up is the TT Artisan 33mm f2.8, and this is for the mirrorless camera. Now, I have the Z5, I also have the Z7 too. When I first bought the Z5, now the Z5 almost made this list, but when I first bought the Z5, I knew I needed a few lenses because I did not have the adapter at the time. So I went out and I bought this TT Artisan 33mm lens, thinking that I'm going to use it, and I just didn't use it as much as I thought I would. The images are decent, but it wasn't something that I knew that I was going to use, especially once I got the adapter and I could use all of my old lenses. It was a game changer. And I said to myself, I'll keep it as a backup, but I know it's literally just sits in my drawer at all times. Like, I never use it. it really gets no play, period. Because once I use the adapter, I'm using my Sigma lenses or I'm using my other Nikon lenses. TT Artisan isn't bad, but again, it's a Z mount lens. It's for the mirrorless, but again, I just don't use it. Next up is the Nikon 16 to 50. This is the kit lens. This is the lens that it comes with the Z30, which is my dedicated film camera. It's what I'm using right now to film these YouTube videos. Don't worry, that ZF is coming soon, or whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called at the top of my head, but that dedicated film camera from Nikon and Red, yeah, the ZR, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm getting that. But this was used because when I first got this camera, I needed a lens that I could do my videos. And the very first few videos on the YouTube page in which I used this, it was cool, but the 16 to 50, it was really flat. It's not the greatest lens. Again, it's a kit lens. And once I got the Viltrox 13 millimeter and it's giving me a wider angle, I knew that this was just going to be tossed to the side. I'm not going to throw it, but I knew it was going to be tossed to the side. I wasn't going to be able to use it anymore because I'm using the 13 millimeter because it gives me more of a wider angle for these shots. So the 16 to 50 just stays there. It literally just sits right next to the TT Artisan, and I'll use it as a backup. Or if I'm just going to, I guess if I'm doing street photography and I don't want to use any of my major expensive lenses, fear of it being broken or somebody stealing it or something of that nature, then I'll bring one of these two lenses. But for the most part, these two lenses just sit. Next up is this bad boy right here. This is the Rokinon 85 millimeter. I don't use this. I bought this because I wanted a dedicated prime lens, a dedicated 85 millimeter for my DSLR camera. Oddly enough, I had the 85 millimeter for my mirrorless cameras, and I said, you know what? Let me get a 85 prime to go with my DSLR. So if I'm just doing portraits in the house, I can just attach this on there and it just works. It doesn't. I don't know if it's me, but the focusing isn't the greatest on here. Sometimes I have to put it on manual focus, and then I can do it that way because I'm a film photographer. I'm able to do it that way. Now, the reason I bought this lens is because, you know, if you're like me, you like looking at aesthetics, right? I've seen so many Sony cameras and Sony lenses. Well, Sony cameras with Sony lens, and the lens looks so big. And for some reason, that just appeals to me. Like, it's a big, chunky lens on top of the camera. I don't like skinny lenses or, you know, lenses that have no real shape, much like the TT Artisan. If you see this looks really big. And when you put it onto the camera, it looks amazing. But the photos from it aren't the greatest. I never really liked the images from it. I've used it a few times, but, you know, it's one of those lenses that if I need portrait lenses, or if I need to take portraits, I just use the 85 millimeter on the Viltrox, on the mirrorless camera, on the Z5 or Z7 II, or even on the Z30. If I'm just trying to get a quick image, I do it with the Z30. It's not a hybrid camera, but it can take photos. So the Rokinon, it was just one of those that it just never really worked out for me. And again, it's not a bad camera. Not a bad lens. I tried to use it recently, but it's just one of those that it's just not for me. Like, you know it's for you and you know it's not for you, and the Rokinon 85 millimeter is just not for me. It's very robust though. It's a really, really thick camera. I mean, really thick lens, and I love it. How it looks, and it's 1.4, but yeah, it wasn't to be. So last but not least is this real bad boy right here. This is my DJI Mini 4, and it's a drone. I thought that I bought this because, you know, I'm watching YouTubers and seeing them with drones, and I'm saying to myself, I'm going to use this drone. I'm going to use this. I'm going to go out there and I'm just going to get a whole bunch of images and just stand at third. I've then broken this lens and sent it back to DJI more than I've ever used it. This drone photography is just not my thing, I guess. Maybe I'll try to use it again this summer. I took it up with me to upstate in upstate New York and on a cabin trip. Foolishly, I forgot to take this part off to show the gimbal, And when I was flying it, because this was weighing it down, you would think that this piece of plastic isn't that important, but it was weighing it down, and I wasn't able to use it as much as I wanted to get the footage that I wanted, and it eventually fell out the sky, ran into a tree, and it broke. So I had to return it to DJI. They replaced it. They replaced the blades, but then another blade came off. Now I have replacement blades. I could put them on, but I'm just saying to myself, am I really going to use this drone? And the answer is probably not. Like, I'm not going to use it. So maybe I'll use it in a pinch just to get some aerial footage of something random, or just to get some B-roll footage for one of these videos. But for the most part, I'm not going to use it because I'm just not a drone person. Just not a drone person. So these are the 5 items that I purchased throughout the years that I just don't use. I have no use for them anymore. I'm not going to sell them because I am a camera and gear tech hoarder. Like, I like to hold on to my things. I don't like to get rid of them. But eventually I'm going to have to, when I get room for more things that I actually will use, I may have to get rid of a few of these items. Definitely got to get rid of this one, and which is the action camera gimbal, because like I said, I use this all day. And when you see what's in my camera bag for my content creation, that's in my bag at all times, because that's the one that I love using. So let me know in the comments, what are some items that you guys purchased throughout the year that you just don't like and you just can't use? Hit me up. And like I said, I'm on the road to 100. Let's get to 100 subscribers and let's build from there. Let's make this year a good year. Happy February, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.